What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel where you follow me on my journey back into reading after several years away from the hobby. My name is Rocky, and this is Back to Reading. Thanks for being here. Today, we are going to talk about what I plan to read for September, but before we do that, I would just like to give you a quick update because I try to do at least one video a week. I started school back in January, and it is now the first week, or actually second week of September. I'm a little late on getting this video out as well, but I was quite busy last month, and I didn't get out as many videos as I wanted, nor did I read as much as I wanted to. However, things have settled down a bit now. I've got a new job starting. I'm still in my band, but other than that, school is not there, so I'm going to have more free time to dedicate to these videos. I'm going to try to up it to 2 a week. Plus, I'm going to have some time on the road back and forth where I'm going to have not only lots of time to read, but I'll also have a microphone and an interface with me and my laptop, so I can still record my videos at whatever hotel rooms I'm at and blah, blah, blah. So, I read last month, just to give you a quick, summary if you've been following the channel for a bit, all I read was, which is, I shouldn't say all I read, but all I read was the Broken Earth Trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. Very quickly, really did enjoy it. However, I will say, 5th season, up here, Obelisk Gate, slightly lower, and by the time I was finished with The Stone Sky, I don't know, I don't think personally that the series ever reached the same heights in a literary sense that the 5th season, the first book did. It just did something magical, and I don't mean to diminish, or take away from the other 2 books, but the problem is if you're going to set the bar so high in the first one, I felt there wasn't the same kind of emotional punches, thrown or pulled even throughout the rest of the series. So that's my quick thoughts on that. And I don't really want to do a review because I enjoyed it, but not enough to really cheerlead it too much, and there's already other people who enjoy it and probably understand it far better than I did, who can give you a better rundown. But anyway, I did get that accomplished, and I did overall enjoy it. So, moving on, for September, I actually already read Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandel. Fantastic. I would call, this is like 5-star book for me, pacing-wise, especially after the slump, after the Stone Sky. I was a little bit like, I don't know, burnt out. This was absolutely the perfect book to pick up. Just super character-focused. It is sci-fi, time travel, mystery, is kind of how I would describe it. Super, like I said, super excellent in pacing, just like very, very quick, enough detail, but very to the point. It's very hard to put down. There's not a lot of focus on like set dressing and, describing the scenes where the characters are interacting. It's rarely just about the mystery, the dialogue, and getting to know these characters. Very, very character focused. So if that's something that isn't really up your alley, then I can totally understand you wouldn't enjoy this book to the degree that I did, but I absolutely loved it. So yeah, Sea of Tranquility, like 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, whatever. I would highly recommend you checking that out. So that is already done. I think what we're on the 9th. Yeah, the 9th of September now. So that's out of the way, and I'm going to start, I think I already read the first page or so, but I'm going to go back just to get a feel and start right from scratch. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Somebody correct me, I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. But I'm going to read that probably over this afternoon and tomorrow morning. So that's, it's very, very short. I think it's like 145, 150 pages, something along there. So it's more, of a novella. But just strange story. I picked it up randomly, was going to read it. I was going to take it with me when I just stayed at an Airbnb. I was out of town. And sitting there on the shelf in this Airbnb was the book. So I said, okay, after I finish Sea of Tranquility, I'm gonna read that. It was assigned, so I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna move on to Hunger of the Gods. I really want to get back to that Bloodsworn saga before I lose too much. I read it. I read the first book, Shadow of the Gods, not too long ago, and before I lose the threads too much in my mind, I want to get back into that world. I just loved it so much, and I want to stay with it, without too much of a gap between reading them. I'm probably going to go and look at a summary just to remind myself some of the finer plot points and stuff like that. So I'd like to do that. After that, I'm going to move on to Red Rising. Really, really do want to check this book out. I just hear so many good things, but I've talked about it on the channel before, and now I'm like, I've got to actually say I'm going to do it and stick to it and actually read it. And if all else goes well after that, I'm going to move on to the second book in the Divide series. This is called The Exiled Fleet, and I'll put a card up on the screen. You know, if you've watched the channel, and if you haven't, you stop what you're doing and click there, because you have to check out the Last Watch, the first book in this series. It is fantastic. I think it's one of the most underrated sci-fi books, if not the most underrated sci-fi book of its current generation that I'm seeing on the whole booktube, in Bookstagram sphere. I'm not really into book talk myself. It's just not something I identify with. I'm just not a TikToker personally. Nothing against anybody who does it, but I don't know if it's there or not. I haven't seen too much or heard too much of it, and I'm really surprised. I just want to spread the word because I think it's fantastic. So that's where I'm at. I've got more videos coming up, more ideas for stuff all the time, and now I've actually got some spare time to be working on this again. So thank you for still following and not abandoning ship, because I did take a little bit of a couple week break there, but everybody's been so supportive and just saying, hey, do what you got to do, take care of yourself. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. And if you're new here, maybe think about subscribing. I talk about books and just act like an idiot in front of the camera once or twice a week, and it's a pretty fun place. Got some cool people, subscribers. The count is small, but the people there are good people. So again, thank you for being here, and until next time, let's get back to reading.